Hi, my name's Jake, and this is going to be a follow-up to my previous video on how to exploit this binary. It's a C program with an obvious buffer overflow, and in the previous video we managed to gain code execution and make it run code from our sys input, and this is here. So sysin4 was the last one that we did, and when we run it, we can see that we have changed our DSA pointer, then used that to edit our return pointer and point that towards the sys input. However, instead of doing that, this video is going to be about using the JCT to store our code, and the JCT is the job control table, and it has stuff like what's the message class our job is using, the programmer's name of the job, and the account field. And what's good about the programmer's name and the account field is that it's fully controllable by us, and we can just edit it in the JCT. And so if we look at here, this job here is using this as its account field, and this is its programmer's name. And what's great about this is that it is in storage subpool 236 or 237, which is owned by the task, which is the entire job. So if we can read the JCT in one step, it's going to be the same throughout every single step in that job. So this is really useful for us because then we know exactly where it's going to be. And so in this program we're going to run, we can see that there's a rec script we're going to run beforehand, which is read JCT, and all that does is it steps through all the control blocks, grabs the different addresses of all the control blocks that lead up to the account field and the programmer's field, and then outputs what's inside those. So if we run this program, so this, we're using the sysin3, which instead of pointing towards the sys input, just left the return pointer as one of our Debrun strings. But if we scroll down to the bottom, we can see that it ran the read JCT program and gave us all of the fields. One thing to note is that the account field is not just the string itself, it's got some other information, and so we want to align it to our full word, and so we just add 3 to where it is. So that's why in the account field I've done XXX BBBBB, because we only want to start writing our code at full word alignments. And so let's copy this programmer's address. And so in sysin3, let's change this return pointer that we've changed to our programmer's field. So which is here. So let's just change it to and for the reason why I'm using 84 instead of 80 is because that's how I've set my shell code to work with different so yeah. Okay, so let's upload this new cool. Now let's run it with that new sysin, and this should point the return pointer to our programmers field. So we'll try to execute bbbb, lowercase bbbb. Okay, yep. So it tried to execute 82, 82, 82, 82, and obviously that's not real code, so let's now put some code into our JCT. And the code we're going to put into there is this. So we are expecting the base register to come in register 14 because we're returning. Then in the programmers field we're going to put this. So what it will do is it will go into key 0 and then branch to a count string. And if you see in the JCT mapping, the reason why it's doing this branch is because we don't have control over these fields, so we have to branch over that. And then in the account field, we're just going to load the ACI, write to the ACI, and then exit. So when this is run, we should have special authority in our ACEE. So let's just compile this. And then we want to grab that. So in binary format, grab get jump CTA. And we also need to grab the JCL f gets copy to, because we need to write this code directly into that JCL. So also we need to copy this in binary format because we're going to be putting binary code into there. Okay, so now in the programmers field, from BBBB, and remember it's 4 bytes afterwards that we've put this jump JCT code works with. So between Cafe Babe and Dead Beef, okay, and then 49 bytes into the first line, and then 56 bytes into the next line. And the reason why we have to do this is that JCLs can only be 80 lines long, and so a character at this specific field means that we then do a continuation line, which means that at the 16th character of the next line we continue on the string, which is why we have to put in the code kind of like this. Okay. So now to upload this JCL we need to go site, file equals jaz, and then put this file. And we can see return code. And also what we've done is we've done a exec program IEF BR14 so that we can know when we have ACI check on, it will then tell us, oh, something's changed your ACEE. So that's why this comes up, and it's kind of useful for knowing that the exploit actually worked. But yeah, so that's how you use the JCT to put some shellcode in there.